Hey, what's up everyone? I'm making this video today to share with you some tips to help you overcome fear when learning a new movement. So maybe you're trying to learn like a handstand, or maybe you're getting into climbing, or maybe you're trying to do like a back bend. Whatever it is, if you're facing fear when trying to learn a new skill and it's getting in your way of learning that skill, I'm gonna help you out today because I have been through this. I grew up in a very protected environment. My parents were very much like, don't do this, that's risky, or like, don't do that, that's scary. But I've made a lot of progress and I would like to share 4 tips with you today that can help you overcome fear and learn the movements that you really want to learn. So let's do this. Alright, so tip number 1 is slow exposure. If you're trying to learn a handstand but you have never been upside down and you just try to go for it, that's gonna cause a lot of fear, and that's natural. Your body is like, wow, what is this? I don't know what I'm doing. I've never been here before. Your body needs time for everything, like from physical movement to changing a mindset to pretty much everything. So try to very slowly expose yourself to the movements, right? So instead of going immediately into trying to kick up into a handstand, go into a downward facing dog, or lift your feet up on your bed. Maybe then you can start walking your feet up on the wall. The same thing goes for climbing. So for example, don't just immediately go jump from the top and then you're gonna be scared, you're gonna like be tensed up and you're not gonna know how to act. So go and take a really small jump, something that feels comfortable for you, and then you can start increasing that small bits at a time. That way, every time you increase it a little bit, that increases your comfort zone. You become more okay with doing these movements, and then you can relax and you can enjoy it and you don't have to be scared anymore. And that's when you can actually learn how to move. One thing that can help you with slow exposure is to perform the movement in a very safe environment, like in a place that you know either you cannot fall, like kicking up into a handstand against a wall, knowing that if you fall then nothing really is gonna happen. So like if you fall, it's a really small fall, or the place has a lot of cushioning, or whatever it is that's gonna make you feel absolutely safe to perform the movement. Keep your goals smaller and it's all gonna work out. Tip number 2 is to surround yourself with a supportive community. It is so important to be around people who are supporting you and are there for you and you feel safe around them, because if you're around folks who make you feel pressure to perform, who say things like, oh, but that's so easy, or that's so simple, and that puts pressure on you, that just makes you a lot more scared and makes you not really want to do the thing. Or it might even push you to try, but in such a way that you still feel the fear, and then you just end up hurting yourself. So surround yourself with people who are there for you and are meeting you where you're at, not where they would like you to be, or where they think you are, or where they are. Find you a good community and move with them, and that's gonna be so much more fun. Tip number 3 is to focus on the long term. Keeping your goals small, like knowing that if you keep this up, eventually you are gonna be able to do this movement. So have small victories. If you were able to only do downward facing dog and then you were able to lift your feet up on a platform or something to put them a little bit higher than your hands, then that's an accomplishment and that should be celebrated, because progressions happen in a spectrum. You don't go from nothing to handstand. You go baby little steps, and each progression can sometimes just be like a small sense of comfort. Some of my biggest progressions have just been like, oh wow, I feel comfortable upside down today, or I feel okay with this, or oh, it was easier than normal. And that is a big accomplishment that you should definitely celebrate. Tip number 4 is to listen to your gut. If your gut tells you like, I don't want to be upside down, don't be upside down. If your gut tells you, I don't want to jump from this wall at the bouldering gym, don't do it. Take a step back, take a deep breath, and reflect, what is my body telling me to do? What does my body want me to do? And if you follow through with that, that is more likely than not to end well for you. Last but not least, don't forget that progress is not linear. Even if you're going to be showing up every day, putting in the effort, taking it slow, following all the tips, some days are just going to be worse than others. Sometimes I go to the gym and I'm so scared of jumping down, or I'm so scared of kicking up into a handstand. And that's just how it is. Our brains are so complex and influenced by so many factors that are sometimes out of our control, like stress, like hormones, like relationships. It can be so many things. So don't be hard on yourself. Keep showing up. That's what matters. And soon you'll find yourself reflecting back on a year before or 2 years before, and you're going to be seeing so much progress and you're going to be so happy about it. So don't forget, slow exposure, supportive community, long-term goals, follow your gut, and you're going to be making so much progress, I promise you. So good luck, take care, let me know in the comments if you want to see more content like this, or if you have other tips that you would like to share with me. Bye bye.
What is that? That's so good.